Northampton, I mean, obviously they've had a flying start to the season. You said last week that Saracens away was perhaps an ideal game for you. Do you feel Northampton at home another ideal game for you?
Well, they're tough games, aren't they? And the players will know that they have to be right on top of their game to get anything out of this match. They've become in your strong favourites, based on the last two performances and results by both sides. So it's going to be a big task for us to get anything out of this game.
Gloucester don't tend to mind the underdogs tag, though, do they?
Not in the past, no. I think we've done pretty well when we have been underdogs. But I'm sure Northampton will come here with a lot of confidence and belief from their last two performances, and rightly so, in fairness to them. And we've got a lot of work to do to make sure that we can be up there and competing with them.
Obviously, the way you competed was much better on Sunday. Do you feel that you have a point to prove in front of your own fans?
Yes, I do, but more importantly I think the players have a point to prove to themselves. It's very difficult to judge last weekend, in terms of commitment and spirit. There's plenty of that, but in terms of result, very difficult with having played with 14 men for the entire game. But actually, bizarrely, I was a little bit happier with last Sunday's performance than the week before. I've got no doubt we're going to be a lot better than the first game of the season.
In a way, do the players need a result to go their way? I mean, a third defeat in a row would be sort of almost unthinkable, wouldn't it?
It's absolutely not what we want. It's clear for everybody. But it is where it is, and what we've got to do is keep on doing what we're doing, and not back away from what we're trying to achieve here.
Saints made quite a few changes over the summer to their squad. Are they as strong as ever for you?
I think so. When you look at the last two games, and their performance against Exeter in particular, they've got a lot of quality, a lot about them in terms of the game that they're playing, and a lot of ability within their squad to take opportunities. And then against Harlequins, they showed that they had a bit of an edge as well to fight their way through a tough battle. So they've been consistently good over the last several years, and there's a reason for that. Very strong squad, good players. They've recruited well. When you look at a couple of players that have come in, strengthened their squad. So they're a very competent side.
I suppose the threat out on the wing for them is the main man who's going to take all the headlines, isn't it, George North?
Yeah, George is an excellent player. It's a great acquisition for them, and somebody that I know well. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes on the weekend. And we've got some decent wingers ourselves.
And can your insight help in how to stop him?
If he's running at you, it's there's not much you can tell anybody to do, really. But there's obviously, having worked with him, I know him well, and he's a huge signing for them, and he's going to certainly add quality and value to their squad. Injuries
apart from the two players back in contention, how's the squad for you?
Generally pretty good, in terms of injuries. Obviously James Hudson is still probably a week away from playing, and that's a disappointment. But in his absence, we've had somebody like Stuckey who's come through really well, and he's going to be a huge bonus for the squad moving forward. Real bright future that guy's got, and the fact that he's had opportunities early in his young career is good for him.
I suppose it's important for you that someone always steps up, isn't it?
Yeah, from our academy, we're always looking at least one to three players every year to come through, and those are the gems really that people don't account for when they look at signings that have come in with the squad. But obviously the coaches have to be aware of when that time is for those players to come through and stick their hands up, and we always felt that it would be Stuckey's opportunity this year, and he's had plenty of opportunity in the first month or so in terms of pre-season and everything else, and he's shown up really well.